Welcome to Straight Grown Talk Special Edition. I want to thank everyone for being patient. I know we're a little bit behind time, but unfortunately we had some bad weather, then we had some technical issues, but I'm glad that everyone is here today to join Straight Grown Talk. Today we have a special show and it's called Dismantling the Myths of CBD. We have three phenomenal women that is going to give us the nuggets on today's show about the CBD industry. So take a moment, sit back, grab a cup of coffee or something to drink and enjoy. I want to say also before we get into that, today marks 1 year that Straight Grown Talk has been on the air. Woohoo! I am so excited that today marks that 1 year anniversary. I have had a wonderful year. I think everyone that has been a part of the show, in fact, some of the people that are coming on today have been a part of the show already. And I want to take a moment to thank everyone, every producer, everybody that has been a part of the staffs of the family and of the community. Again, this is a community-based talk show. We believe in getting the information out to our audience and to make sure that the community understand what's going on. So right now, I'm going to introduce you to three phenomenal women. And their names are Miss Latasha Wap Williams, Miss Antonina Griffin, and Miss Candace Bird Davis. They're going to, in a moment, tell us about the CBD industry. So stay tuned. Yep. Okay, as I said before the break, we're getting ready to bring on our three phenomenal women. I want them to take a moment and introduce themselves. Can everyone say hello?
Hi, Lakel.
Hi.
Hey, Kel.
Hi.
Hey, Candace, Antonina.
Hello.
I would like for each one of you guys to introduce yourself to our audience. Let's start with Miss Candace.
Awesome. Well, first and foremost, Lakel, congratulations on your 1 year. It's a privilege and honor to be here. But as Lakel said, my name is Candace Bird Davis from the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area. Super excited to be here to dismantle the myths and educate the masses on CBD.
And Miss Latasha Wap Williams.
Hey, Lakel, happy anniversary on 1 year today, on your anniversary. Hey to Miss Candace and Antonina. I'm excited to be here as well from the Myrtle Beach area, helping to dismantle the myths in the CBD industry.
And Miss Antonia Griffin.
Hello, Lakel. It is me, Antonina L. Griffin, and congratulations on 1 year. Woo-hoo.
Thank you.
I am Antonina L. Griffin. I am a woman in the cannabis, and I am so excited to be here tonight to help dismantle the myths and educate the masses on CBD.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's get down to business. So my first question, and we are going to take some callers so that you'll be prepared for them to come on. My first question is, what is CBD and is it legal? I'm going to let any one of you guys jump in.
I will definitely go ahead and answer that question, Lakel. CBD is just simply something called cannabidiol. It is actually an oil that is derived from the cannabis plant. Now, keep in mind, it's not what gets you high, it's what gets you healthy. In the cannabis plant, there's two versions, two species. Species one is the marijuana that everybody knows about. Species two is known as hemp. So CBD oil is derived from the hemp portion of a cannabis plant for medicinal purposes and usage with zero psychoactive.
Okay. Is it legal?
Absolutely. So CBD is legal to be used and legal to be distributed as well. So 100% legal.
Good, good, good. What is the different types of CBD in full spectrum and broad spectrum?
Okay, so full spectrum is when you take the cannabis plant. So when you have the cannabis plant, it's filled with THC, terp, CBD, CBG, CBN. So what we're doing is we're extracting all of the good stuff out of the cannabis plant, including THC. And when we say THC, THC is the psychoactive ingredient in marijuana that gets you high. But in CBD, the legal limit is 0.03%. So in CBD, we have the legal amount. So in the full spectrum, it has the THC in it. Now, in the broad spectrum, it has all of those ingredients in it except for the THC. And then you also have just the plain simple cannabidiol, which is just, CBD oil. So the difference is you take out the THC and you have broad spectrum. If you leave the THC in, you have full spectrum, which gives your body what we call the entourage effect. So it taps into more parts of your body. So that's the difference.
Good, good, good. What is the difference between synthetic and natural?
I'll let Candace answer that one.
Well, there's a lot of CBD oil or CBD companies that are popping up from gas stations to, local retail stores that will have a CBD oil that we call synthetic CBD. When we regard it as a synthetic CBD, what that means is that was something that was lab created. You want to make sure that you go with a natural CBD, something that has been derived from the ground to get the natural medicinal purposes of the product. Now, when you also do that, you have to look, because there's some companies, if you're purchasing CBD right now from over the counter or at a gas station, one thing that you want to understand is in a synthetic CBD, they use an extraction method that can use either ethanol or acetone. Well, let me remind you, ethanol is like gasoline that you put in your car. Acetone is something that you use at the nail salon when you have your nails removed or your nail polish removed. When you move to a natural base of CBD, in most cases, that company should use something called a CO2 extraction method, which is a low temperature extraction to be able to derive the CBD out of the plant and not harm the portions of the plant that are going to medicinally help you. So there's a big difference between synthetic and natural. So you want to make sure that when choosing a CBD, you choose a natural CBD that has a CO2 extraction method, so you're not putting any harmful solvents back into your body.
Okay, so I know you guys are talking some lingo and jargon that some of us might not understand. So I'm going to ask you to kind of break that down just a little bit more defined so that the community can understand, because someone said about TH something, and I unfortunately, I want to make sure that we have a clear understanding in regards to this. That's the purpose of this show tonight. So you want to jump in, any one of you guys, and break it down for us?
Antonina, you want to take that one since you were already talking about the broad spectrum, full spectrum?
So sure, I definitely will. So when I say THC, THC is an ingredient. It's a natural ingredient. It's nothing that's added into the plant. It's already a part of the cannabis plant. So the cannabis plant is something that naturally grows out of the ground, right? So one of the ingredients in the cannabis plant is THC. Now, as Candace was stating, there's two different species. So there's the marijuana side and there's the hemp or the CBD side. And we are in the CBD or hemp side of it. But however, the THC is in marijuana, and a lot of THC is what gets you high. A lot of THC gives you that psychoactive effect. So a lot of times people ask, well, is there THC in your CBD oil? And the answer is yes and no. The answer with it being yes is the full spectrum CBD oil. So we have small traces of THC. In order for it to be legal, you only can have 0.03%. So we have that small trace in full spectrum. In broad spectrum, we have no THC. So THC is not an added ingredient. It's something that comes natural in the cannabis plant, but it's more active in the marijuana side. So that's the difference, and that's when we say THC, that's what we're talking about.
Thank you for breaking that down. I really appreciate that. Now I understand a lot clearer. Now, the next question I do want to ask is, a lot of people, I know you've probably heard this 1,001 times. If I use CBD, will I test positive, or will I be able to do a drug test, or how does that work?
I'll actually answer that one. Now, it really depends. Is the drug test, Laquel, testing for CBD, or is it testing for THC? Because there's two different tests. Some companies will say, I test for CBD. Some companies will say, I test for THC. If you're testing for THC, which is what most companies do, that's drug use, marijuana, all of that, that's the THC side. If you're using a full spectrum CBD that uses the whole plant, as Antonina explained, you could potentially test positive on a full spectrum CBD. But if you use a broad spectrum CBD, it is the whole plant minus the THC. So you can still get medicinal benefits using CBD. You just have to make sure full spectrum has THC. Yes, you can test positive. Broad spectrum has no THC. So there's no chance that you would test positive on a THC drug test.
Okay. Now, what are the benefits of the CBD? Latasha.
Okay, well, let me say this. We are not doctors, cannot say that we mitigate any disease or cure anything like that. What we like to tell people is really take the word CBD and then Google it. We can share personal testimonies and things and that our customers have told us, or what our friends and family members have told us, but it is really it is based off of your own body, your health need, or what it is that you're taking it for. So again, because we're not doctors, we don't want to tell someone, oh, it's going to cure this, or it's going to stop this. But we can tell you, that a lot of people do use it for treating discomfort in different areas of their body, or they deal with certain things that may cause dark moments in their mind, or something like that. Personally, for me, I give it to my mom for pain in her hip. That's what my mom takes it for. I give it to my son, who is 11 years old, to just help him be balanced throughout the day, to help him have balance. Because again, it is a natural, product. And so when you get back to the natural way of treating your body, aches and pains, healings, preventative measures, then you can't go wrong. And so I've stopped pretty much with a lot of over-the-counter products and started using CBD just for preventative measures alone.
Yeah, I've seen you use it on a couple different things recently, and I must say I congratulate you on your recent weight loss. So I am very happy to see that. I have been watching you. So
Well, thank you. Now, that particular product is not a CBD product. However, with overall health and wellness, when you are using CBD, then it can truly help you with your overall health and wellness if you use it on a daily basis.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
now,
ma'am.
Nowadays, there are so many mom and pop, as you said earlier, companies that are coming up with CBD. What makes you guys' product better than what everybody else is? Because right now it's so saturated with, every time you turn around, somebody's on Facebook, Instagram, all the social medias promoting it. What makes you guys different?
I will actually answer that one, Laquel. I like to say that when it comes to CBD, a lot of kids want to play in the sandbox, but you got to be particular as to making sure you use a CBD from a company who built the sandbox. And what I mean by that is a company who is very fluent in CBD. Fortunately, myself and these other amazing women, we represent a brand and a company that number one, our product is certified by the U.S. Hemp Roundtable, which means we carry a seal of approval that says what is in our bottle is, what is not is not. The other benefit to our product line is we only have 2 ingredients in our bottle. You're only going to find CBD and hemp seed oil. A lot of other carriers and companies out there, you're going to find things like MCT oil, which is coconut oil. You're going to find vegetable glycerin oil, grapeseed oil. You're going to find a lot of what we refer to as fillers in the product.
Wow.
So you're paying a lot of money for CBD that's with vegetable oil in it. Another component is, we use U.S. hemp certified farms. With our U.S. hemp certified farms, from seed to shelf, we know where the quality has come from. The other thing is with our product is, as I said, we use a CO2 extraction method, no harmful solvents. You're not going to have any ethanol, acetone, zinc, mercury, nothing in our product. And matter of fact, through our product line, you'll be able to see what we call a third-party testing, where we'll give you documentation that shows that they tested for all harmful solvents and metals in the product and none were detected. Finally, we are one of few companies in the entire world to have something called an ISO 17025 certification, which is like the gold seal of approval on a product, which is kind of like you can't get any better than that. It's almost like one step from being FDA approved.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. Yes. So yes, that is phenomenal. That's nice to know, because you definitely want to make sure that you're not just jumping into anything. You want to make sure that you're jumping into the right thing. So I do appreciate that. So my next question is, how does the body benefit from using the CBD?
The body can benefit in a lot of different ways. Lakel, just to tell you, some of the testimonies that I've seen, I have friends who were veterans who suffered from that 4-letter condition, post-traumatic, you get what I'm saying, to where, they went through dark moments. They thought about contemplating taking their own lives. CBD actually switched gears for them and made them feel whole again. I have people who at one point had what we like to refer to, and because I can't make medical claims, they had Uncle Arthur setting into their joints, started to take CBD oil, and Uncle Arthur miraculously disappeared. I've even had customers who have had that terminal illness that starts with the letter C. One particular customer had a stage 4 terminal illness, started to use the CBD oil, and that monster that was growing inside of her body, killing her, decreased by over 51%.
Oh, wow.
So actually, Tasha had said earlier, to find out the benefits, what CBD can do for you, go to Google, guys, get a Googology degree, CBD oil, and name an ailment, illness, or injury, and look at what you're going to find. It's going to blow your mind when you see how CBD can help you.
Wow, that's phenomenal. Now, anyone else want to give their personal testimony in using CBD?
Well, I can say the reason why the CBD oil works so well, as I go into a personal testimony, is because we have what we call the endocannabinoid system. And this is why CBD oil benefits so many things that you Google. Wherever you Google and it says CBD works for it, this is the reason why. We have what we call an endocannabinoid system. Like we have a respiratory system, a digestive system, a reproductive system. No one ever taught us until here recently about our endocannabinoid system. So as a matter of fact, Lakel, when a woman is breastfeeding, she produces cannabidiol in her breast milk. So this is something that our body can produce. And because we are cannabidiol deficient, because we have no way of putting it into our bodies, unless we're eating things like rich, dark chocolate, can put cannabidiol in our bodies. But a lot of us are not eating the foods that are rich in this in this CBD. So what happens is we have these receptors throughout our entire bodies, receptor 1s and receptor 2s. They're all over our body. And when we take this CBD oil, it's like the receptors are like, yes, thank you, feed me more. And whatever is wrong, turns out to be right, okay? So I have 5 amazing children, and my 20-year-old She was suffering from this dark moment. She would sit in her room. She would cry uncontrollably, like just very, very sad. And we are a very, very close family. We're very close. All of my kids are very close. So when she was having these episodes of just don't know why her life is like it is, or she's very sad, or, you know, very emotional, or just outbreaks of crying. And I thought, let me try this CBD oil. I did not give it to her and say, Kaja, this is going to help with your sadness or your dark moments. I just tested her on the product. I started giving it to her daily, and I saw my baby completely change. I saw her turn back into the Kaja that I knew before she got into those dark moments. And now she accredits the CBD oil. My sister is a licensed therapist, has been one for about 15 years now. And she told me what was wrong with my daughter. And she told me that she possibly needed to be on some medication. And I just did not want to accept her diagnosis or her prognosis. I chose to do natural alternative healing, and that CBD has become like my best friend. Like, I love it for simply saving my baby's life, getting her from a dark moment back to a happy moment.
And in these days and ages, that is phenomenal that you were able to give her that and she snapped right back to it.
Absolutely.
That's a very good testimony. Anyone else want to give their testimony in regards to it?
I will actually tell mine real quick, Laquel. The reason why I started to look into CBD came November 8th of 2018. And for anybody who knows me, they know that, you know, I love an addict. And what I mean by that is this: my brother suffered from a 15-year condition of being addicted to things that were not meant for him, prescription medications that were not written out for him. And over the course of 15 years, my brother has seen 6 different rehab facilities, overdosed 3 different times, to the point that I still wonder how he's still here. But
God,
at that time,
that's how God.
that's God right there. But November 9th, 2018, he showed up at my house, and I'm going to be honest, Laquel, I thought he was coming to borrow money to fix his habit. And I turned around from the Keurig and I said, you know, Chris, what's going on? What facility have you been in? And he was like, I'm not. He was like, my doctor started to tell me to take this particular product, and he sat CBD oil down on my counter in my kitchen. And from that point on, we were on a massive mission of being able to understand the products. Antonina and I have gotten certified in CBD. So we are certified CBD professionals because of the benefits that we saw that came from the product. So that's what caused all 3 of us to embark into this journey, because it's bigger than us. It's about how many lives can we save? We're on a rescue mission. Whose life can we turn around? Whether it's pain, discomfort, depression, anxiety, stress, I'm going to name it all. Who can we help in that manner?
That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal. Wap, would you like to share one too?
I'm sorry, I was muted. And I'm just going to piggyback. You know, when I came into the industry, I really was one who didn't know a lot about the industry. And just about 2 months ago, we were on a tour and we were talking to some people. And next thing I know, my mom is standing up in front of the room and she's giving her testimony. Now, this is my mom. My mom is 65 years old, and she was dealing with a condition and where she was getting a steroid shot in her hip. Well, my mom didn't want to continue to get the steroid shot. And so our company offers different forms of the CBD. And so we have a cream that is a topical cream that you can rub on the area of discomfort. And so I sent my mom a sample at first, and she said, oh, I really like this. And so the last couple of months, I make sure my mom has her cream every single month. And just talking with her day before yesterday, she was saying, I'm so glad I have the cream, because if I still needed to go to the doctor for the shot, I wouldn't be able to go get the shot because of the coronavirus. They're only allowing you to come into the hospital
Correct.
for certain things. And so this cream has helped my mother. And she said, oh, I don't want to blow up because of a steroid shot and all of that. So she's been good. I make sure she has her cream every month. And so that is my personal testimony, just with my own family member with this cream.
Wow. Now, CBD is over the past few years has seemed to just come out of nowhere. Why is that now that it's becoming so popular?
To be honest with you, CBD is becoming so popular now because people are being more educated, myths are being dismantled. And if you look at CBD, all CBD is the cousin to medical marijuana. And let's be honest, Laquel, I don't care what city you're in right now. When you're driving down the highway, you see the billboards for the new medical dispensaries that are opening up in the towns and in the neighborhoods because our doctors are programmed to write prescriptions for the medical marijuana. Well, let me be honest with you. I don't want to get high. I want to get healthy. So the people who don't want the high feeling, the psychoactive feeling, they're turning to CBD because they want the same benefits, but without the high.
Understood. Do you think the government is giving so much pushback on when it comes to CBD? That is a question that, I curious minds want to know, me in particular.
Well, I guess I'll take this one. I'll take the heat and the flack for this one.
Okay.
Let me be honest, Laquel, we're automatically programmed that when we have a discomfort or a pain, we grab a prescription medication or something over the counter. And what happens is when we flip that label over, what's it say? Will cause damage to your liver, kidney, and other organs. Well, the government kind of has a little issue with CBD because they can control the sales of over the counter. They can control the sales of pharmaceutical medications because they get a kickback on it. CBD is not regulated. They make no income off of CBD. And that's why it's such a hot topic right now when it comes to big pharma versus natural remedies, because it's not regulated and big pharma's not getting their kickback off of it.
Oh, wow. That's a phenomenal answer, I must admit, because I do know we talk about that daily about certain perks and kickbacks of the government. And of course, if they're not getting their hand into it, it's not legal. You shouldn't do that. It's against the law, stuff like that. And, and unfortunately, if we don't educate our community and tell them, hey, read the whole entire message and not just the portion they're trying to just show you, because initially when they're just showing you, they're trying to just show you to deter you from getting to it, instead of you taking the time and read the entire message that it says what it says. So with saying this, how do we capitalize in this $22 billion industry at this point in time? Because as you know, we're all going through this COVID-19. And right now, this epidemic doesn't seem like it's going to go anywhere, unfortunately. We're hoping that it leaves in a couple of months. But based upon the history of other epidemics, it has lasted a year or two before it's completely gone. So how can we capitalize in this industry?
Well, let me say this before any of them talk. I'm partial to women on here because we're on a panel of women winning. So for the queens that are listening to this, I mean, you're going to hear from some women who, Latasha Wap Williams, a multi-six-figure earner in the industry, Antonina Griffin, right at the cusp of being a 7-figure earner in the industry of cannabis and CBD. So I'm going to let them answer that as to how you all can capitalize on it too, because they made a decision, they engaged in a vision bigger than themselves, that nobody or nothing got in the way, and they've done some incredible things. So I'll let them share with how you can capitalize on the industry.
Well, what I'll say, first I want to say thank you, Candace. I do know Candace has a meeting that she has to go to, so just in case you got to cut out, it is almost 7 o'clock. But I will say thank you for your yes. How I was able to capitalize is because Antonina L. Griffith introduced it to me. And see, as though Candace is saying, as women, it is said that we cannot connect with each other, that we can't work with each other, but what happened was Antonina introduced an opportunity to me. And she didn't just introduce an opportunity to me, she introduced something that she felt that I could benefit off of as I'm walking in my everyday purpose, something that could also help other women and other men benefit off of. And so I'm just going to give a testimony. Anyone can benefit off of it. Anyone can capitalize off of it if it is your desire. How I capitalize is I am doing things for the community, helping women who were displaced, coming out, different things like that. That is what I do on a full-time basis.
And you do.
So when when she introduced me an opportunity in which I can do this around what I was already doing, it fit into my mission in life. It fit into my purpose. Then I said, okay, let me look at this. Now I have to be honest. Immediately, I didn't say okay because I was stuck on all the myths, I didn't understand, and I had other things going on. But today I can say that I have capitalized greatly, and being where you can't go out, you're in a quarantine, being able to work this from home, you see a lot of people talking about drop ship. Well, this is the ideal drop ship company because people still need what they need. They're using online anyway to place their orders more than ever before. And so my money has not been affected at all. I actually have to say I've made more money during this time because people still need their product. And as we begin to help other people who may have been displaced, I've had 2 moms come to me and say, I need something else. And so more than the money for myself, being able to put someone else in position so that they can still take care of their home, so they can still take care of their children and do what is needed, that has been the greatest testimony of all. But it did come from Miss Antonina L. Griffith introducing me to the business. And so I'm going to hand it over to Miss Antonina.
Oh, thank you so much, Latasha and Candace. So I've been in this industry, this home-based industry, multi-level marketing, direct sales, whatever you want to call it, for 6 years now. And during the time when people, point fingers and say it's a pyramid scheme or it don't work or the people only at the top win, I'm so glad I still said yes, because during this season, as Latasha stated, my income has actually increased. I don't have to worry about whether I'm an essential worker or not. Although we all are essential, we all are very important. I don't have to worry about getting laid off. I don't have to worry about waiting on a stimulus check because I make what a stimulus check is daily, right? So we have been afforded the opportunity to help other people win from the comfort of our own homes. Like, we get to travel together. We were just in South Africa together back in November, and then Taiwan, and then London. So we get to do this from anywhere. And when the government or the president say stay home and don't go outside, it's okay because we have Zoom, we have internet, we have, our cell phones, and we're still able to help other people, with their health, as well as with their wealth. So this industry, you can capitalize. I'm biased. I love women. I love helping women. And women in cannabis, I want all of us to be able to grab a hold to this thing. And if you pay attention, when the president passed the hemp farm bill December of 2018, you got to pay attention. He may be different to some people, but at the end of the day, he's a wise businessman. We cannot take that away from him. And you got to understand that success leaves clues. Success leaves clues. He's no multi-billionaire for no reason, just because, he's a successful man. We might not agree with everything that he do, but when he signed a hemp farm bill, making it legal in all 50 states of CBD, then this is what made me say, okay, it's time for me to cash in on CBD and help other women doing it. So we have an amazing company, an amazing compensation plan, and some second to none product to help you win from the comfort of your own home during this pandemic. All of my bills were paid on April the 1st, and it was no joke. It was no April Fool's joke. It was because I'm able to help other people win, right? It's because of this CBD industry. It's because of women in the cannabis, and we want to be able to do the same thing for everybody that's listening, and then some.
Okay, so before we wrap it up, I would love for our audience to know how to contact you guys. Please share with everyone your information and how to reach you on social media, of course, And if they're interested in the opportunity, please give them the information to reach you. I'll start with WAP first.
You muted.
You're muted. You're muted.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I have 2 meetings going on, so let me set this over here. The industry can be very demanding. So while we're doing this, I have about 30 people launching today that just got in the industry within the last week. So that's what I'm doing over there. But hey, you can reach me at Latasha Wap Williams on any social media platform if you're looking to get samples of the product, if you want to know a little bit more about the product, if you're interested in joining the industry. It is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It is an amazing industry. I didn't have any experience in this industry when I came in. I had a lot going on, but I'm able to do this from the comforts of my own home, and it doesn't interfere with anything that I am doing. Actually, it has expanded my network, and it has helped me gain knowledge that I did not have just a few short months ago. And so again, Latasha Wap Williams is how you can reach me on any social media platform. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Laquel.
Thank you for joining me. Miss Candace.
Awesome. Well, again, Laquel, thank you for today. It's been a privilege and honor. For those who want to know more about the Women in Cannabis movement, dismantling the myths, educating the masses, you can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Candace Bird, B-Y-R-D Davis, or feel free to text my personal cell phone, 724-557-0153.
And Miss Antonina.
All right. And again, Laquel, thank you so much. This has been an amazing opportunity, and congratulations again on 1 year. Wishing you well on many, many more years and much, much, much success. So you can reach me at Antonina, Antonina, Antonina L. Griffin on Facebook, Antonina Griffin on Instagram, and you definitely can text me at 336-681-5854 for more information on how you can tap into the cannabis.
Now, before I let you guys go, I like to leave the show with a positive note. I want each of you to give some positiveness, motivation for our audience, since we are going through these trial times right now. Can we start with Candace, because I know you have to leave shortly.
Well, guys, here's the motivation. It's not all of us who need you to win. We want you to win. There's somebody underneath your roof right now that absolutely needs you to win. They're depending on you to win. I myself, wife, mom, mother of 2, went through 2 repossessions and a foreclosure all within 45 days. If I can create a 7-figure business in cannabis and CBD, so can you. So the only one stopping you is you. Today, make the decision that in order to get something different, you'll do something different.
Thank you. Thank you. And Miss Antonina.
Oh, okay. So I am one that say what you're in does not have to be your END. Me too. Life for me, it ain't been no crystal stair. I went through a whole lot, from molestation to domestic violence, from growing up with no mother and no father to living on a golf course, for being, on Section 8 and food stamps to making multiple 6 figures. So I am the one to say this corona, this COVID, just because you're in it, what you're in does not have to be your END. And what you can do is join forces with some women that want to see you win, that want to help you win, and that will lock arms with you so we can win. And you got to understand this. We're going to do it. We're going to reach the masses. We're going to do it with or without you, but we would rather do it with you. So if you're tired of what you're in and you want to change your end, then you will want to join forces with us, lock arms with the women in the cannabis.
Yes, yes. And last, Miss Latasha.
And I just have to piggyback off of what they said. I am your purpose woman. I believe that we all have a purpose. I believe that everything that was in our past didn't happen to us, it happened for us. And so as you are on your purpose journey, there are some things that you're going to go through. And I love what Antonina said. We're all in this, but you don't have to be in this. You know, as I sit here during this time, and I know I spoke with you about this, Laquel, you know, you can look at things one way or you can look at them the other way. I am not a part of what the world is going through. I've accepted that I'm going through this thing, but I'm growing through this thing. And so I understand that I'm a part of this because there's something that God wants for me to get. And maybe God just wanted some people out there to understand that you have to have a plan B. You have to have a plan C, because at any moment, it can be a virus, it can be a car wreck, it can be the death of a loved one, and it can just take your world and spin it all around. And so if you're looking for something that can help you be on a level playing field, then you can lock arms with anyone who will help you do this. It doesn't matter about your yesterday. We all are ex somethings. Some of us just didn't get caught with it, but we all are ex somethings. And what you went through is only a part of the testimony so that you can help somebody else out. And so I'm just excited to be in this industry and to help anyone who's out there who wants to be a part of it.
Well, there you have it, community. You have heard from three phenomenal women that talked about CBD today and the myths. So hopefully all the conversation that we've had today has dismantled all the myths that you've heard from everybody in your ear talking that really doesn't have a clear understanding of how the product works, what it's meant for, how is it benefiting you, why is the government telling you that this is not a good thing for you to do. So again, if you're wanting to know more information about this product, please take a moment, press replay, and listen to the ladies talk again. And as they gave their information on how to reach them. I am your host, Laquel Farley. It has been a pleasure with you, and I am so happy that I was able to make this journey with you for one solid year. Can't wait for the next season's show to start, which will be the first Sunday in May. Look forward to seeing everybody then. Love you guys. Take care. Be safe.